Thank you, Drew. It's an honor to be here. Good afternoon. I hope you guys are ready for this because that video set the tone. What an honor it is to work on some of these amazing projects. And I'll tell you, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. So like Drew said, I'm Trolis Niebla, City Manager, City of Lancaster. And I don't know where Gina went, but proud West Side Union alum too. So there we go. I went through that system too. Got 3 kids that went through it as well now. So I want to get started just by telling a quick story. We were recently at a conference and we were approached by the city of Arroyo Grande. Their mayor wanted to talk to us. So I asked their city manager, what does he want to talk to us about? Can you give us a little insight? He said, well, he's been doing some research on different cities and he came across Lancaster. He said, you guys are innovative and you get things done. So we went and we met with him, and there were really only 2 reasons we could come up with is why that happens. The first, and let's see if this thing works, it's like any good sports dynasty or organization, it starts at the top. It starts with good leadership. We've had a stable council for 17 years. They have a vision, they hire great people, and they give us the tools to get the job done. And I don't know where Jester went, but he said something about shots fired, LA County. Well, I'll tell you, we accept those shots. And this leadership here, we are the most business friendly in LA County. We have won the award 4 times. And in the words of the Vice Mayor, LA makes it easy. We can cut through the bureaucracy and we can make things happen up here. And that's what we do. So before I move on, we have our Vice Mayor here with us today, Marvin Christ. We have Councilman Kinman, and I see Councilman Rajmali there. Give them a round of applause because it's their leadership that make this happen. So part 2 of the equation is what we call council's secret weapon. And that's the staff. So Larissa, you've been the ACM now for about a year and a half or so. In the city manager's office, we work on a lot of innovative stuff. What are you working on now?
I would love to talk about it. First of all, good afternoon, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here. I don't have a robot like Ben Goki mentioned earlier, but we are heavily investing into innovation and technology, specifically AI and other tools that will assist in all of the various efforts that the city is undertaking. We have recently launched an an innovation and technology committee that we are incredibly proud of. There's a few of you in the audience, these lights are very bright, but there's a few of you in the audience that are on that committee representing the community. We're really excited to be launching that. And among that, in addition to innovation and technology for our city, we are also collaborating with the Los Angeles County Fire Department to build a new fire station for them that will just really help with offloading some of the demand and the pressures on their existing fire stations in the city to increase response times and really get to critical needs and folks in the community that need that response. And last but not least, I am so excited to announce that we are launching a comprehensive economic development strategic plan. We will be working with a consultant that will look at our community, look at our economic development needs, look at business retention, business attraction, and really identify what are the needs in our community, how to make it better, and how to have a thriving local economy. So a lot of really exciting things happening in Lancaster in the city manager's office.
Thank you, Larissa. And I think, you hear a lot of fear. Yeah, applaud. You hear a lot of fear centered around AI in this, but we don't see it that way. We're all on limited budgets, and it's really just a force multiplier. So excited about the things we're doing in AI. Sonia, I have a question for you. So you've been with us. I had the opportunity of sitting on your interview panel 5 years ago. It was COVID. Our events were shut down. We had to rebrand those events. We had some money we could start rebuilding our parks with. You came on, you not only did it, you knocked it out of the park. Now, where do you see us going in the next 5 years in terms of parks?
Thank you, Truly.
Is it on?
Thank you, Trillies. It's been an absolute pleasure to join the City of Lancaster team, and I'm extremely proud of what the Parks Department has done in the last 5 years, and even more excited and looking forward to what we have coming up. So first, our Parks Master Plan is currently underway. This will include a robust and comprehensive assessment of all of our parks, facilities, programs, and events, as well as an extensive community outreach process to identify our recreation and cultural priorities. Once the plan is complete, this will be our roadmap for the next 10 years. And then next after that, or next up would be our new Midtown Recreation Center. This is set to be a vibrant recreation hub for the city of Lancaster. We're gonna have our first ever gymnasium in the city of Lancaster that we own and operate. It's gonna host all of our youth and adult sports. We are gonna be able to expand those programs and grow them and serve our community even better. We also have a number of classrooms there, and we're building out a high-tech computer lab. So we'll be able to do a variety of programs that will benefit our community and meet their needs. That facility is truly going to be a game changer for our city and the community. And last, we have our public art program. We're extremely proud of our public art in the city of Lancaster, and our city council adopted our first ever public art master plan this past spring. It's really, truly setting a bold vision for art in our city. We've already installed 7 amazing, beautiful sculptures at City Hall by the artist Anthony James, who actually donated those to our permanent collection. We've installed 7 murals since the adoption of the master plan, 5 of which have been painted by our community, so we're really proud of the community engagement around our murals. And looking into 2026, we have additional sculptures planned, as well as 10 murals will be installed through our Antelope Valley Walls, which is a biannual program we have been running in the city of Lancaster now for multiple years. And I'm really proud of how these projects are shaping our future. We're creating community, we are inspiring creativity, and building spaces where our community can gather.
Thank you, Sonia. And she talked a little bit about public art, but that's one of my favorite pieces there that's on the fire station, and just looking forward to so many more murals. So next up, Patty, you're not new to the city, but you are our newest director on this team up here. And you took over a very well-oiled machine in terms of community development. We've got, the awards we win for business friendly. We have a reputation for getting developers through the process in a quick manner. So how do you take over a team like that and take it to the next level?
Right. So good afternoon, everybody. Patty Garibay, the Community Development Director for the City of Lancaster. I'm very proud to lead the team, our Community Development team, which includes housing, building and safety, planning, beautification, and of course, community preservation. So to answer your question, Trelise, you're absolutely right. We definitely had a well-oiled machine, and we have staff that really understand the assignment, which is to create jobs, create places for people to go, and create places for people to live. So I think it's been a continuation of that primarily, and as you know, we work really closely with our developers in the community. I think we really take that pride in working side by side and thinking creatively, thinking outside of the box. I think one of the things that we've done really well is, we're very solution oriented. So rather than sit around and wait for things to happen or wait for the next step, we're very proactive. We've built really good relationships with all the different organizations that have a hand in the development process. So anytime that there's an obstacle, there's a hiccup, or anything that we didn't anticipate, we have someone to call and we have a way to solve the situation. So I think we're really proud of that. A couple of things that we're excited about. We have a partnership with North Point Development. They are a national commercial real estate development group. They're doing some really big things in our community, and of course that's important because it creates jobs and it creates high-paying jobs and a lot of opportunities for our community. But some of the things that they've done recently, they actually built out a 650,000 square foot building out in Fox Field. I think that's on this slide here. It's a beautiful building. It's adding a lot of value to that area. They've also, so that project was, built in record time. Second building, they actually had a groundbreaking this year in June, and their building, which is 500,000 square feet, will be complete by the first quarter of 2026. So that's how quickly we move and how much we support our developers to get things done. Other things that are happening, in the 20 years that I've been here, I've never known of an annexation, but through our council's support, we've recently approved 2 annexations, West Side annexation, East Side annexation, and both of those projects are important because it, again, gives us opportunities to create new opportunities for commercial development, industrial development, and more things in our community. So those are very exciting. I mentioned that our staff is creative and they look at different ways to solve problems. So through our council's initiative with City Detect, it's a AI-based program that basically helps us to take a process that is extremely manual. So if you know code enforcement, you go out there, you get a citation, you take a picture, there's a whole process. With City Detect, we're actually able to streamline the process. So we have these cameras that are on our city vehicles. They go out, they take pictures. That information is fed back to the city. The AI actually knows what that violation is, which is really exciting. So you take out a whole step out of the process, and we're more efficiently able to get that issue solved in the community. So very exciting. I think our city staff really takes the council's initiative or their value of being business friendly, proactive to heart, and that's the focus of everything we do because that's what our council supports and drives us to do, and we will continue to do that. So we're looking forward to all the great things that are coming in the near future.
Thank you, Patty. So you guys, if there's any developers in the room, you heard it here first. She takes partnership seriously. Get her number, talk to her. She'll get you through the process quick. This next person, Marisa. So you and I, we've had the opportunity of working with each other kind of hand in hand in the engineering world for the last 9 years. During that time, what I know about you and your team is you have a reputation for getting projects built on time and under budget. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the things you're building for us right now?
Sure. Thank you, Cholis. Hi, everyone. First up is the Marvin E. Christ Aquatic Center. In partnership with the Antelope Valley Union High School District, we're going to build a 120,000 square foot state-of-the-art aquatic facility. It'll be located right across the street from Sergeant Owen Memorial Park, and it's going to include an Olympic-sized swimming pool, an Olympic dive pool, and a whole host of other aquatic amenities. Right now, we're reviewing statements of qualifications for 4 design-build entities, and we will be awarding and starting work on the project in February. Our next project is the Avenue K Interchange project. This project will increase capacity on the SR 14 Avenue K Interchange. We'll also rehabilitate all of the landscaping there, and we'll be improving safety and operations at the interchange as well as along Avenue K. And that project is going to advertise in the spring. The last project I want to tell you about is something that is really exciting. It's our community cleanup project. And under the Team Up Lancaster program, the city partners with businesses and residents and organizations and schools to clean up our city and make it beautiful. Well, recently, we put the program on steroids, and with the leadership of Vice Mayor Christ, we've partnered with several local faith-based organizations, and we've been able to dramatically increase the participants at our events. So instead of an average of 30 to 40 volunteers per event, we actually kicked it up to over 500 per event. So this Saturday is our next one. So if you'd like to join us, we're going to be meeting at Grace Chapel Church at 8 in the morning. We welcome you all. And to expand upon the program and continue our growth, we've actually applied for a state grant that includes a workforce development component where we will hopefully be funded to hire the youth that are part of LPD's home program, and we'll be employing them to provide staffing services and also support the Team Up Lancaster program. And so hopefully by next spring we'll have good news to report. Thank you.
Thank you, Marisa. So 2 things. I'm really excited about that Avenue K project because it's really going to transform what we call our entryway at 15th Street West where the Sprouts is and all that. So that's going to be an amazing project. Second thing, please come on out Saturday to the cleanup. And I want everyone to practice making a heart, though, because look at that picture. Not everybody has their heart good, so let's get the heart going on. Next up, Rod, you've been our police chief now for going on a little over 3 years. You've built up the Lancaster Police Department from the ground up. I don't think we realized when we set off on this endeavor how difficult it was going to be and how many roadblocks were going to be put up. But we're beyond that now. We've gotten through the administrative stuff. We're post-certified. We've got the technology in place. You've got many of the officers hired. You started doing some of the operations. I think we did prostitution operation recently. We did a smoke shop operation, some traffic operations, and the list goes on and on that you have planned out. So what do you see some big differences that the community is going to see in the next year or two?
Thank you, Trolleys. Good afternoon, everybody. I have to start by saying we are currently, and we have been throughout this year, experiencing a downward trend in crime. And that's wonderful. We have a 9% drop right now. And that is absolutely due to our team and our brothers and sisters at the Lancaster Police Station and this hybrid policing model that our council moved forward on. So what I can tell you is you will experience more of this. We are going to continue to work to drop crime down. We're going to stand strong in our commitment to be a community-led police department, seeking ways to hear your voices, because we need to hear you and know what's going out there and address those issues. One way you will see an example is we're about to institute our Blockwise web app, which is going to allow us to connect with every citizen in the city, get feedback from them, as well as send out surveys and learn about what's going on out there and how they feel about our work. We also, our technologies, we're going to continue with what we've been doing and bringing cutting-edge technologies to the city. Our Shot Spotter program, which when we started that program, we were seeing 80 gunshots or 80 notifications of gunshots in the city a month. We are now down to below 20 because of that system and the hard work of the men and women out there addressing these issues. Flock, responsible for the identification and arrest of thousands of suspects. Our Intelligence Crime Center, where we're able to identify issues as well as forecast issues that may be coming so we can get in front of it. Our AI cameras, you'll see increases in all those technologies as we continue to look for better ways to bring technology to help us keep our city safe. A great example of this is I'm excited to tell you that in just 2 weeks we will be launching our Drone as a First Responder program, which will give us the ability to automatically dispatch drones to calls for service, requests from help from officers. This system is so wonderful. It extends the eyes of police officers, gives us the ability to see what's up ahead, deal with it in a safer manner, as well as consider de-escalation of a response. So we are really excited about this program going up. And then lastly, I have to talk to you about our officers. As Trolleys mentioned, we have been out there doing some incredible operations. We will continue in this fashion, and we're going to expand our force. And I'd really like to invite all of you to our December 9th City Council meeting, where we'll be swearing in 5 motor officers to put out in the streets and try and influence folks to drive better. Thank you. What comes with that is more collaboration, because we realize the power in collaborating with other agencies. So I'm going to give you all a little tidbit, a little warning. In November, we're going to have a multi-agency traffic enforcement operation where we will have over 40 in fact, officers from a multitude of agencies that are going to come up and work with us to address the issue. So there's your tip. Slow down, let's be careful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rod. And you heard it here first. follow the speed limit in Lancaster from this day forward. So, George, you've been working at the city of Lancaster now for, I think, going on 6 years. In your tenure, we've always had a balanced budget, and we've even had the opportunity to build up our reserves to over $50 million. And for those in the audience, that's pretty unheard of for a local agency to have a reserve over $50 million. And yes, that is a flex, and yes, that is about this leadership that we talked about earlier tonight. So tell us, what do your departments, you have HR, you have IT, and the clerk's office, and they're all really supportive to all of this that everybody heard. What are you doing to build up the team, build up the staff so that you can continue to support us all throughout the city?
Testing, am I good? All right. Well, first, let's pause. I have to thank the mayor, the vice mayor, city council, and the community for supporting Measure LC and Measure YM. Without the approval and the trust of the community in us to be able to implement and utilize those funds, we wouldn't be able to do any of the things that these folks are talking about. So let's please give them a round of applause. The mission that we have been given, the mission that we've been provided to provide these services is one that's very diverse. I would argue that as a local government, we provide the most diversity of services when compared to other organizations that operate within our borders. And so we are constantly trying to balance between the needs of public safety, the needs of the parks and the community department, the needs of, quite frankly, code enforcement, road improvements, all of those things. And it's a constant struggle to make sure that everything gets taken care of and everybody has what they need to be able to accomplish their mission. And so it's a little difficult every year to make sure, as we go through the budget process, that everybody gets what they need. And I am proud to say that I work with a group of individuals that remain steadfast in making sure that that happens every year. So I'd like to give them a round of applause for understanding what our restraints are, understanding that we have to stay within budget, but still also, in addition to coming up with ways to share those funds, also looking at what they do and find the most cost-effective way to provide those services, and that's what they really do, and they do it well. From the human resources standpoint, we understand that to grow the organization, we're gonna have to grow it from within. And we pride ourselves in being able to see somebody come into the organization at a lower level and then promote throughout. We have an example of that with Patty, who's been with the organization over 20 years, stands among us as the director now. We're actually in the process of going through a class and comp study. We want to make sure we're competitive. We want to make sure that when people look at the region for employment at our local government, that they see that we are competitive. And they also see that we're affordable when compared to down the hill, right? And then they also want to look at what is the financial stability of the organization that I want to work for. And those things have yielded some really great employees to come and join us working at the organization. As we're going through the class and comp study, it's really amazing. I took a look at it the other day and I saw 2 positions. So we've gotten our data back, and we have some data from 4 different agencies. So we're comparing ourselves to 3 different agencies. One of them we share the valley with, and we want to make sure that we're all really being competitive when compared to others. But there were 2 positions in particular that we're actually paying more than our neighbors and more than most other agencies. And one was our graduate interns. We pay more for a graduate intern to join us, and our lifeguards. For those who don't realize, that is the primary pipeline to get into local government is through the lifeguard skills in that department in Parks and Rec. We have lifeguards that have started, or people in our organization that started as lifeguards and now they're running departments. And so we understand the mission. We are constantly studying and balancing and making sure we're competitive. And we include, as Rod is talking about hiring 5 individuals and swearing in 5 individuals, they went through a very aggressive process to be selected. Part of that process involved a community interview where they had to interview with people from the community, people that they are going to serve as police officers. They had to actually go through that what do we call that, gambit? It felt like they were running backs running through a drill to be able to be selected to work in that community, to serve the folks that have trusted us with those funds. And so with that, I want to turn it back to Trolise, and he's going to share another really great program that we use to really promote our employees, support them from within, and encourage them to stick with us long term.
Thank you, George. So to piggyback on what George was saying, and it's really the spirit of this whole conference today, is, and this is council's secret weapon, but building the next version of this. And this is a picture of our recent Leadership Academy. We had 14 individuals that went through it, and it was all about building them up to be the next leaders in the organization. We plan to do this every year, build within, and then when we decide to move on, we'll have these individuals ready to go so they can take on the mantle of being the next leaders of the organization. With that, I'd like you guys all to stand up, and let's give a round of applause to Council's secret weapon.